and welcome back to Parts Cannon Garage. We finally got outside. It's in the 60s today. It's beautiful out. And as promised, I'm going to take you on a tour of our new test boat. Here we go, the 14-footer. We'll take a close look at this engine and spray a bunch of WD-40 all over it, especially if it's fallen into salt water. And we'll come back to this and really tear into it in another video. But we'll do a quick walk around. This is a Duranautic offshore 14-footer. You can see our Johnson motor on the back. Looks like it has a different color lower unit. A little bit sun faded. There's a big car battery in there. This is electric start. So we'll come back to the engine in a minute, but let's do a walk around. It's a little bigger than I wanted. As I said, I really wanted like a 10-footer. But this boat, trailer, and non-running 25 was $300. So I really couldn't complain. The trailer's in decent shape. The leaf springs are rusted and cracking, but that's okay. We can fix those. We can replace those. Take a look inside. It's in pretty good shape. And down in the back, there's a bilge pump, a float switch. Let's see, just out of curiosity. Wow, imagine that. Working. Some pretty makeshift woodworking there on the transom. So we'll take a closer look. So let me move the tripod and I'll set you up and we'll crack this cover off and see what we got. Okay, the Johnson 25. I mean, if we could get this thing running, that would be pretty amazing because, like I said, this whole setup was $300 and a running 25 Johnson with electric start is worth some decent money, I would think. So let's take the cover off. Looks like someone got creative. As you can see, this is a 25, but on the back, it's a 225. Someone was being funny. I like it. We'll certainly leave that. Okay, so I haven't really touched this at all, except drove it home. I'm curious if this electric start, I mean, it should work, right? It's hooked up. Whoa! Wow, that is scary. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, the electric start works well. This is a die-hard battery, 1 year old. Wow, okay, so just the battery alone is worth something. That's great. Alright, so under the cover, this is the starter motor. This must be some sort of starter solenoid, I would guess. Moving around to the back. It's a twin cylinder. We'll get this into the shop and do the full works on it. Compression test, spark test. Here's the fuel pump. This is labeled as a filter here, so that's interesting. Strange looking switch here that's all burnt up, and I don't know what this does, but this wire is all corroded, and I don't know if it melted and then corroded, but we'll have to figure out what this is. Carb looks decent. Inside the carb, no mice in there, so that's good. don't see a choke knob anywhere. Okay, so the starter, oh, look at that. Electric choke. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pressing this key inward. Fancy. We'll take this motor off the boat actually, because this is going to be our test boat, so we're going to be putting at least a dozen outboards on the back of this and doing some sea trials. Should be a lot of fun. Okay, we'll put this back together, and I think we need to put some graphics on the side of this too. If anyone has any suggestions for what we should call it, I was thinking of putting like Parts Canning Garage Test Boat or Experimental Craft or something like that. If you have any good ideas, let me know. Can't complain for the price.